it's kind of a modern thing. We don't even realize it, but since the Industrial Revolution, the nuclear family is really a weird thing. You know, it used to be that children were brought up in the context of a village, right? I mean, not necessarily all the village was involved, but there was a concept of the village raised the child, and that village could be your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, you know, good friends of the family. There was a distribution of parenting that was normal. And it was only when we went to this nuclear family where all the focus and all the concentration becomes focused on these two parents trying to contain the behavior of a child and trying to do it on their own. Then when you separate through the way these statutes operate and we make it a one-parent family, we're putting all the pressure on one parent. That's why if you look at some research, there's an indication that mothers that are parenting by themselves often are so stressed out that they have a tendency to abuse their children because they can't cope, they can't deal with it, it's too stressful. So this concept of narrowing down the focus to finally one parent when there's such an unequal distribution is so unhealthy for children. Why do we do that to children? Why do we restrict them of all the resources that they have to be able to experience a childhood that is the summarization of the contributions of both parents and even other family members? I've seen horrific stories where, you know, a lot of times with this concept called alienation, where one parent gets the child and systematically erases or eliminates not only the other parent, but the entire family system. The grandparents, the aunts, the cousins, ones that were very close to are suddenly eliminated. They're no longer in their lives. And so this broad range of resources for this child is cut off, it's separated from this child. I would call that child abuse. Thank you. So history has shown that what's called, you've probably heard the term redundancy. It's kind of like, you know, your bank stores your information, but then it stores it somewhere else, right? There's a backup system. There's always, you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're completely dependent on one backup system or one system containing the information. It's so vital that you want to have a backup. Redundancy means that you have more than one system to deal with something in the event that one fails. I think redundancy is really important in the context of understanding parenting. When children are exclusively cared for by one parent, they are sort of at the mercy of how good that parent is, right? And it may be a good parent, but they're also at mercy, the mercy of the fact that that parent may not have all the resources that they can contribute to that child. Like I said, whether it is different experiences, different ways of looking at the world, or whatever. So the child is left with the luck of the draw. You know, if in fact they get a parent who is the primary parent, but maybe isn't the healthiest parent, or doesn't always give, you know, healthy contributions in some area, that child is stuck. There's no redundancy. When you add a father, you add the experience of mutual resources, and it overcomes that problem of redundancies. A father can contribute in areas a mother cannot. Okay? A father could make up for some of the detriments that the child may experience in their relationship with their mother, or vice versa. When you have redundancy, you have less of a chance of the child being the victim of this very narrow concept or understanding of parenting.